What's up, folks? It's Justin Charnell here from justincharnell.com, talking about pop-ups, pop overlays, whatever they're being called this year. Collect an email list. I think we can all kind of agree that one of like the worst things ever, as far as browsing the internet goes, is like when you go to a website and before you can even make a move, like as soon as the page loads, you're about to start reading, and then top left corner, there's a push notification request. And then 2 seconds later, you get a pop overlay of, hey, join our mailing list, get updates, whatever. And you start scrolling a little bit, and all of a sudden, like, the whole screen blanks out, and it's another, like, entire screen overlay saying, hey, join our mailing list. Even as marketers, we can agree that that's obnoxious, it's overwhelming, and it's a surefire way of me saying absolutely never ever will I want to join your mailing list, because if this is how you're going to treat me as a complete stranger, I can't imagine what you're going to do to my inbox. Like, that's just like you're somewhere and you see an attractive person and you just run up to them and ask them, like, what's your number? Like, you don't even have a conversation with them. You don't, like, nothing. You go straight to 100. So I gotta kind of talk about what I've been using and kind of my methodologies as far as pop-ups and even the push notification requests. So first things first, whether you're just getting started throwing up like pop-ups or pop overlays, set a strong timer on them joints. Like, set an absolute, like, I used to do 45 seconds. Now I can do a minute. I was going to say if your pop-up timer is lower than your average time on site, that's bad, but some people have really high time on site. So I'd say 45 seconds to a minute minimum, just because that gives somebody a chance to read your stuff, peek around your website for a little bit, look around, like, get to know you a little bit. Not right away just, hey, give me your contact information. No, beat it, creep. So, you got your push notification. Dude, wait 60 seconds, especially for a push notification, because unless somebody clears their cache, you really get one opportunity for that. It's allow or block. And in the top right corner, there's usually like an X, but it's so big, the allow or block buttons, that no one even, like, for a long time, I didn't even know there's an X on most of those pop-up, the push notification requests. So give them some time to breathe. You only get like one chance to request that from somebody. And if you go, right away, 5 seconds in, right away, like immediately, the whole page grays out, and you just got that one box. Like, what's better? Converting 10% of 100 people or 1% of 1,000 people, knowing that you'd never be able to convert those 1,000 people, the other 999 or 990 people. Like, that's missed opportunities. You might not pop up as much, but the ones you are showing to are more likely to say yes. Same with that's push notifications. For like pop overlays for email requests, I generally have at least 3 constant pop overlays. I have a exit intent, which is, even if you don't like doing pop-ups, you should be doing an exit intent, because they're leaving anyway. This is like a one last chance to say, hey, by the way, if I could relate this to going out to like a bar or something, like an exit intent is, you see this attractive person about to leave, and you just run up and go, like, or you're about to leave, and you go, hey, by the way, we're having some good conversation. Can I get your number? That's the exit intent. Like, just one last kind of thing. If they say no, oh well, you're leaving anyway. It doesn't matter. One other thing. So you have the exit intent, which is perfect. Also, I generally have like a 90% page scroll pop up. Either actually, this one will be like a pop up. not new window, but just an overlay. Because by that point, if they're 90% of the way scrolled down a page, they're probably at the end of an article. I used to do 100%, but like footer length really played an impact, and any kind of like comments and everything like that. So I go 90%, because I also use like a compressed comment section. So 90%, by that point, they're already at the end. I say, it has like language similar to, did you enjoy this article? If you really liked it, join the newsletter so you can get an update every week or every day. That's good. I mean, it's like that's like, again, relating this to being at a bar. That's you're having a conversation with somebody for a little bit, and then they might not leave yet. You're not ready to leave, but you just say, hey, we've been having some good conversations. Can I get your number? Whatever. That's kind of that. Like, they've read the article. They might have skimmed it. Doesn't matter. They're at the end. They probably got some information. They might have been, you might have given them some value, and they might be more willing to say, yeah, actually, I do want to hear from you guys again. Let's keep this conversation going. Let's keep this relationship going. So that's another one. The third one is a timer. Not, like I said, same with the push notification. I keep it 60 seconds at this point. By 60 seconds, they should, well, it's either, you really have a few scenarios. There's probably either they open the window or in like a new tab and they're like doing something else, or they are reading, and this is not right in the middle. This is just in the bottom corner, bottom right corner. It's mirrored, sorry. Just a little slide out that says, hey, you want to stay up to date, blah, 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 blah. And I guess relating this to dating would be something like, or not dating, but meeting somebody. It's just like middle of the conversation. Like, you've been talking for a long time. You've been, you bought around, they bought around. You keep going back and forth, just bullshitting for a while. And you just go, oh, like, by the way, like, what's your number? So those are kind of the three ways I treat, either both push notifications and pop overlays for requesting an email to join a newsletter or give them a coupon or whatever the case is. Like, say exit intent, because it's like your last shot. Like, that's your full court press, or full court shot. Just throwing it up. You make it. Everybody cheers. If not, like, no one expects you to make that shot. You have your end of article, 90% or so, 85, depending on what you got going in the footer and the length of your article. Just saying, hey, we've already been here. We've made it to the end of this. Let's take this next level. And you must have got some value if you read all of this article. Let's send you some more. And then also the timer. So it's like, you've been reading this for so long. Like, I think it's time. I think it's time to step this up. So those are kind of the three, at least email overlays. I mean, experiment. I mean, this every video on this kind of stuff or any marketing, it's all relative. It's all relative to what you have going on and the things that you got. Your industry or niche might be completely different than mine. Like, you might have a time on site of like 5 minutes, and because that's just how they consume it or whatever. It might be 30 seconds. You might have to shorten that, that window, because maybe you run in like kind of like a news website where somebody comes on, they read it, and that's it. They bounce. You might have to have a 30-second timer or a 15-second timer. But I think we can all agree on, like, it's probably effective for people that have a high volume, just because they have such, they got so many people coming, like, they have no choice, but it's just a brute force attack. But for somebody that's, you're getting sub 10,000, well, say sub like 3,000 visitors per day, you kind of want to tone it back. Like, you want quality versus quantity still. Like, give them time to figure things out. Like, okay, like, you gave them value. They'll give you your email address, and then you can start hit them with that contact, boy.